Okay, people. So today is March 29, 2018. Here's the Evidence Act. More than likely up to date. Well, maybe not. May have been revised. This was the current one in February of 2014 because they change things from time to time. But anyway, you get the gist of it, right? It's like the Criminal Code of Canada. You've got this one, which is 2009, and then we've got the new one, which is 2018. Pretty much similar. One or two things have been changed. Well, it's the same thing when you're dealing with this stuff, right? So anyway, what's going on here, people, is I'm having to get information that's being withheld from me from not only Shimei's medical files, those are hers, but Amari's as well. And they're using the Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act. Okay? And they have like different chapters. This is the Canada Health Act. Out of date more than likely, because this is printed current, November 20th, 2017. This was in regards to Uncle John. It's just carrying over to 2020 with Shimei. Anyway, Freedom of Information and Protection Privacy Act. So they're listing certain sections within here why they're withholding this information. So what I have to do is I have to write a commissioner in Victoria to have them review that decision, which was made at the Surrey Memorial Hospital based on this act, to prevent me having access to those files, not only in Shimei's files because they're related to Shimei, but in Amari's files. As in Shimei's files, she's listed as a Punjabi woman. This is what I'm saying. So, as I'm writing this letter, asking to get these files, giving my reasons, one of the reasons is because she's listed as a Punjabi woman in this box, to which she is not. Shimei is African American and Ukrainian who happened to be born in Canada. Okay? So, anyway, I don't want to do this long, right? Because this is what I'm working on, people, right? This is information that I'm forwarding to my lawyer because I got court on April 15th of April regarding Amari. So, I'm not getting all the information. My lawyer requested information regarding Amari, and as far as I'm concerned, he's not getting it any more than I'm getting it. And in light of what happened to Shimei, I know I'm just bouncing around here. I just put it on me for a second. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. Oh, there goes that camera. I've been up since 5:30 this morning, people. Let's start working on this letter. Life isn't perfect. And, I'm typing and I'm like, talking in the wind. But as far as I'm concerned, people, the circumstances around my daughter's death is still suspicious. So everything is pending like everything else in my life. Uncle John's stuff is pending, the nonprofit is pending, everything's pending. So, under the Evidence Act, I think, as I'm writing this letter, because I'm in here now, I already started typing it. I'm just putting a quick video out there, just keeping you in with the loop. And I'm having to look up into this Evidence Act, Privacy Information Act, under the sections that they cited as to why they're denying me this information, as they're listing my daughter down as a Punjabi. Right? So I figure, well, if that's the case, being that she died under suspicious circumstances that have yet to be resolved, there's no resolution there, people. None. Okay? I can go into the Evidence Act. I'm always glowing in this room. I can go Don't I look awfully white to you? I look kind of white to me, right? It must be all this paper reflecting off my skin or something. I'm kind of scaring myself here. Ooh. So, anyway, you know, you fight fire with fire, right? You got your sword in one hand and you got your paperwork in the other hand, right? So, anyway, my sword is saying, okay, so if they're like withholding information from you with a freaking Freedom of Information Act, and as far as you're concerned, the game isn't over yet, and you're not going to be held hostage to corporate negligence, right? And whatever. You know, just throw in a section of the Evidence Act. So after I get off the camera, I'm going to get into the Evidence Act. I'm going to start reading. And I'm going to find a couple of sections in there. And then I'm going to remind this commissioner, seriously, people, like, this is no way to live your life, but I'm going to remind this commissioner that whatever the decision is, and if they decide to keep the decision as not give me that information, they're tampering with evidence. They're tampering with evidence, people. That's what they're doing. So I need to go into the Evidence Act, and I need to find that section where it's like, you know, inappropriate to be withholding evidence when it's crucial that the people that are requesting that evidence, you know, so that's just, you know, one rock unturned, right? You know, turned over, right? You know, you see what's there. If it's not applicable, you move on. But if there's something in there that particularly pertains to the death of my daughter, I have a right to know about that, people, as her parent, in light of them listing her as a Punjabi woman. And I'm not going to drag out on this because I'm just keep it simple. So you know, you just throw their words back at them because they use these legislated acts against you. But if you notice, when you come to them with these legislated acts, they ignore you, people. They toss it out of court. Okay? So you can't have a justice system built on legislative acts that is completely one-sided and only benefits a certain portion of the population. It's not even half the population. Basically, the public sector union, which is about 400,000 employees in the province of British Columbia, Canada. These are these acts. This is what these acts protect. Is only 400,000 provincial government workers through the municipalities and the government. Well, maybe not the municipalities, but at least through the provincial government. 400,000 workers. These acts were not written for the workers. These acts were written for the public. But it's the workers who are using the acts against the public. So, you fight fire with fire. That's what I'm going to do this morning. They're throwing an act at me. I'm going to throw an act at them. And if they continue to withhold the information from me, then I have a grenade in my hand now, people. Because I've already warned them. I've already warned them that they're hindering an investigation. Okay? Whether the cops are doing it, whether it's me doing it, whether it's at some point the provincial government going to be doing it. Because at some point, sooner or later, the government is going to be held accountable as to what happened to my daughter. And they're going to have to investigate it. Okay? And that's why I'm bringing in the Evidence Act with my one-page letter reminding the commissioners of the Privacy Act Department, right, that their best practices in terms of a government entity that has policies is flawed. Is completely flawed. And then when I get my answer back, I'll let you know. I give it a 50-50 at this point. Only because I'm going to cite something within the Evidence Act. Right? Because it shows them I'm not stupid. Right? For all the stress that it brings me. And before I get angry, because I'm actually kind of going with the flow here, right? I'm just going to get up off the internet. Sorry. Get up off this video. convert it over, and then put it up on the internet and move on with my life. And I've got little Alea May. I want to feature little Alea May in the next little while because, oh my God, she is just so cute. You know, she inspires me, people. My grandchildren are inspiring me to hold the torch. For others that don't want to get caught, I can understand why they'd want to put that torch out. But you know what? I don't care about the others. I care about knowing that my granddaughter will be safe in the future and not have to face what her aunt went through. Okay? In terms of losing her life very young under suspicious circumstances and then ending up in a healthcare system where her body was pillaged. Alea May.
Which way is she coming from? The back. Go back.
Alea May. Who's coming?
Emma.
Emma. I see more kids.
Right.
There's Alea May.
My friend is coming. Whoop, whoop. My best friend is coming. Whoop, whoop. My best friend is coming.
Yeah. Is that a good?
Alea May is baby. She's baby all the way. So just a baby.